I trained underwriters for 20 years. I was the one teaching them how to read the credit reports and read the files. One thing that I always told them, stop looking at the score first, do these 3 things instead. While you're preparing for that score conversation, checking your score daily, making sure it's climbing, making sure it's in the right range to get you approved. That's what you assume all the underwriters are looking at. That's what you think gets you through the door. It gets you in the door. It does not cross that line for you. You do not cross the finish line based on your score alone. When I trained underwriters, I gave them a specific order to work in, then to look at the score. I actually told them play a game and see if you can figure out what the score is before you looked. Number 3, what you want to look at is their assets. Do they have enough funding to push them across the finish line? Do they have closing costs if they need them? Do they have escrow if they need it? Do they have a down payment, 3%, 3.5%, 10%, whatever they plan on putting down? If not, are they qualified for a mortgage that does not require a down payment? We need to make sure there's reserves left at the end of the day, because if you close with no funds available afterwards, how are you making those first few mortgage payments? The number 2 thing I tell them to look at is we always validate that income. We're always making sure it's validated with a W-2, 1099, your tax return if it's self-employment, 2 years. If it's a commission base, we need 2 years. If there's overtime, we need to qualify them. We need 2 years. There's lots of income validation that we need. If you have a cash-based business, you're not going to get qualified. I can't take cash. The number 1 thing that we always looked at before we even checked out your score is your DTI, your debt to income ratio. Where do you sit right now with all your monthly debts and your gross monthly income? Do you have enough room to add a mortgage payment in there? 43% is typically the cap. If you're teetering at that without the mortgage payment, you're not going to qualify. Or I hear a lot, I applied for $300,000, but I only qualified for $150,000. That's your DTI making that decision, not your score. Do you see how that transitions? Look at their score. Now, how are we going to price this? Are we going to give them a higher interest rate because they're a little riskier, or are they going to get our best terms and conditions? That's what your score does for me. Drop DTI or workbook in the comments. I'll get you over my DTI workbook. Don't forget to follow RealTalkCredit so that you can have top-notch credit. You can always grab it in the link in my bio as well.